a sword to fall out.
It would be. I waited too late to think that one through. If I rolled you out in a box, that would
have been awesome.
Yeah.
I would have done it.
Well, we've got George here tonight. We have set up here.
This is a great living room.
Yes.
These are kind of. Claire just got a spray tan, so she's not here today.
And all the women are like, I understand.
Yes.
I understand. I don't want to be too mushy or ooey to start things off tonight.
Do it.
But George was the first ever recipient of the Dwight Clark Award when we first met. And you guys see how he supports his teammates on the field. You probably hear about it in the locker room, but he's also doing it through supporting the Golden Heart Fund, supporting those that came before him in the 49ers alumni. So I think he deserves recognition for that. Also, you guys might know about a contract. So now... You see a lot of contracts. You see them, the front office with Brock Purdy's contract that just got signed, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. So this organization is big on your Keystone players and supporting you guys. What does that do for the chemistry of the team? Do you think that sends a message to the locker room?
One thing about being able to get my contract done, get Fred's done, get Purdy's done, Bosa's. It reinforces that if we draft you and you put the work in and you perform the way that exceed our expectations, we're going to reward you for that. And what's nice about that, when you have that locker room and guys see that guys in the building are receiving contracts, it makes you want to work harder so you can get one of those contracts too. And so it's good for the team chemistry. You keep guys around who are part of the foundation of what makes the Niners the Niners, and it just encourages guys to strive for greatness every single day.
Well, Brock Purdy obviously got that. Yeah, are we going to round of applause after every answer?
You don't have to do that. You're all very nice.
Set the bar really high. So Brock Purdy obviously got his new deal, and he's going to be the future quarterback for the 49ers.
QB1.
You have seen this organization through a lot of different quarterbacks.
I think I've played with 9 or 10 is where I'm
9 or 10?
Yes.
That's a lengthy list. Let's hope this is the last one on that list.
That'd be phenomenal for me.
Brock Purdy obviously was a big part of leading you guys to the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Yes.
What do you think the next step for Brock is?
Ooh, the next step for Brock? One thing I've already seen from Brock this offseason, just being back around for all of OTAs and stuff, is just his voice is heard significantly more in the building, which I love. Whether he's breaking down the team, talking in the locker room, sitting guys he's always kind, he's always nice to everybody, but he's just more vocal to everybody in team settings, which is huge. And people, when they hear the quarterback talk, your head kind of snaps. That's what you listen for, because he's the face, the leader of the team. And so when you have a guy like that who's continually growing, and how old is Brock? 25, 26? Whoo! It's awesome to see a young guy just, keep his feet in the ground and then want to work hard and want to make all the guys around him really good. So that's one of the things I've just been happy with seeing. And I think just the more that Brock is in this system and Coach Shannon can tailor the things that Brock likes and kind of shape our offense in that way. It's a lot easier to do that when you have a steady hand, at quarterback. The guy who's going to be here for a while, so that you can build the whole thing around him and make it easy on him, which then in turn makes it easy on me.
Yeah, well,
which I like.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, you had a great season last
year. Thank you.
Really good season. Did you do anything different in the offseason? What do you give credit to as to why you saw so much success last year?
Well, it was an interesting offseason. I had total core reconstructive surgery in March, which was kind of tough. So I didn't really get to train the entire offseason until late July. A little stressful going into a football season. But I don't know, I had a great team around me. The Niners did a great job getting me ready for that. The way that, we had all my training camp practices just kind of get me back into shape for it. And, really, I love football. I just attack it every single day as best I possibly can. Just try to put my best stuff out there every single day. And that mindset's worked for me for going on 9 years now. So I'm just going to keep doing that all the time.
I got to give you guys a little behind the scenes. There's this large picture of George backstage right before you walk on.
There is.
And he's got the hair going and he's rah! I don't know, is that like supposed to be a message to us when we come on stage?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
George is sending a message to all of us.
Sets-
Come with that kind of energy.
Set the tone.
Okay, I'm trying
That's what
to.
we do here.
Well, you're probably not going to like this very much then. You're a guy that's on social media.
Sometimes.
You know the things that people are saying.
Occasionally.
You guys didn't have the best season last year.
No, it was not.
6 and
It
11.
wasn't the most fun.
A lot of people,
That's behind
pundits,
us.
some might say, are underestimating you guys coming into this season. Why do you think they're undervaluing you?
I think guys see the great players that we lost in free agency, which is obvious. Hargrave was a hell of a player for us. Dre Greenlaw, one of the key cornerstones of our defense. The energy he brought every single day. The way he hit people was really fun to watch because he was on my team. Mafunga, just an awesome player. Absolutely love him. One of my players I'm going to miss the most is Charvarius Ward because he was my locker buddy. He got me into NBA Youngboy. I didn't know that was a rapper before that, but now he's one of my favorites. And so, you lose those guys, right? You lose really great players who have all had great seasons, Pro Bowls, All Pros, and they're like, well, how are the Niners going to refuel after this? Like, how are they going to get the guys back in the room? And, you do one of those things through the draft, you do one of those things through free agency, and then you really have to count on the guys who have been in the building, the guys that you counted on for a long time. And one thing that I've been happy about is, I think on offense, the only starter that we lost Debo, who I love Debo, and he brought such a unique aspect to our offense and in the locker room. I love him to death. And then Aaron Banks, who was a great left guard for us for 4 years. And, Aaron now got paid over $20 million a year, so we're all so happy for him because, that's awesome. But so, our offense, our key components are still around, which is really nice. I mean, from Brock Purdy to Trent Williams to Christian McCaffrey, decent. Kyle Juszczyk, dog. Juwan Jennings, dog. Ayuk, dog. McKinnon's dog. So, we have a lot of guys there, and then we were able to add a couple pieces. We brought in Luke Farrell for the tight end from Jacksonville, who's dog. Yeah, dog. Thank you. I was waiting for that. But when you bring in some new guys, it kind of adds the energy to it. And when you can bring in guys who are kind of like-minded to the culture that we've established, it kind of just allows you to keep that culture going and feed these new guys into it. So, while yes, we're going to look different. I think we're going to look a little bit more different on defense and offense, but I think the way that we drafted, the free agents that we brought in, we have the opportunity to go out there and compete in a lot of football games. And then when you have the offense that we have, I think that we can score a lot of football points.
The football points. What you want to
Like I said, any team that I'm on with Christian McCaffrey, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy that. And Demo, goodness gracious. So, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy being on that football team. We're going to win a lot of football games.
Yeah, you mentioned Deebo Samuel, obviously a big piece of the offense that the 49ers traded to the Commanders. Who do you expect to step up and fill that void on the offense?
Well, the tough thing about Debo is he's pretty unique. Not a lot of other wide receivers play running back, so that's kind of tough to replace. But I would say I'm really looking forward to see Ricky Pearsall out there because he works super hard. He's very fast. He's very explosive. He just brings great energy on every single play. And then, Ayuk's doing his knee. I think whenever he gets back, he's still a freak of nature, and the way that he heals is pretty crazy. So I don't know when that timetable is, but I'd expect to be sooner than later, which I'm looking forward to. We have other wide receivers from Jake Cowan has an opportunity to really step up this year, which I'm looking forward to because, he came back into the OTAs, a little bit heavy because he's not the largest guy. So he added a little bit of weight, a little bit of strength, and he's running good routes out there. So these next 3 weeks of phase 3 where it's kind of 7-on-7 stuff, it's going to be really cool to see how these young guys have taken a step forward.
Yeah, before we move on to more of the program, give people a little behind the scenes of what you guys are doing right now, and what a day looks like for you.
Ooh, OTAs. Let's see. I think it stands for optional training activities, I think.
Doesn't seem very optional, huh?
This is actually the first one I've come fully attended to since 2019. So I'm having a great time though. But it's 2 weeks. Phase 1 is you work out, you're on the field running routes, no coaches. Then we're currently tomorrow's our last day of phase 2, which is 3 weeks of you're on the field with your coaches. You have an hour of meetings. You're on the field with your coaches for about an hour, running routes, individual drills, kind of like a mini training camp. And there's no team competitive periods at the end. So you stop as soon as you get to after you're running routes with Brock. And then phase 3 starts. We'll be in basically all of that plus some 7-on-7 and then some light team stuff. Light.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be
All
fun
right.
though.
It's a good little
But
behind the scenes.
it's really fun to, like, my favorite thing about it is just being in the locker room together with all the guys like this early. I would say like that, besides like being on a really good winning football team, like late in the season, going into the playoffs and stuff like that, one of the best vibes is during the spring for football because you don't have the pressure of a game that weekend. You have 4 workouts and you get a 3-day weekend. And so like the vibes are elite and immaculate. Like everyone's having a good time. Like it's just such great energy in the building because you don't have that pressure of learning a game plan, trying to stay healthy for the game on Sunday. Like, you don't have to deal with any of that. It's just going into work, getting good, great, hard working with your teammates, learning some stuff in the meeting room, and then you kind of get like a 3-day break where you get to take a step back, and by the time Monday hits, you're like, oh, I'm ready to go again. And that energy is just really good for football.
Do you get a feel for a team? Like it obviously changes over every year, and this year big changes.
You know what? I think the Niners have done a really good job specifically this year. We have a ton of like team activities throughout the weeks. You know, we went to a golf course, like 50 guys showed up.
Who won?
Not me. Actually, yeah, I'm decent. I can swing club. I don't know who won that day. Probably. Oh, Tanner Mordecai is a really good golfer. I will say. That's a special skill from him. Like, goodness gracious, dude. Let's see. Probably him, but like we did a golf outing. They took guys to a shooting range to play pigeons. We're out a movie theater for guys to go see movies. Like you have these team activities, and not all 90 guys show up. Like anytime you get over like 10 to 20 guys to show up to anything, you're just kind of building that team chemistry there. And then it's just fun too, like just being in the locker with the guys, just getting to know them. Because the first week, especially when the rookies show up, we have like 15 free agents and 15 rookies show up. I'm like, give me like 2 weeks to learn you guys.
I need name tags.
Yes, name tags.
Can you wear name tags?
I mean, I'm pretty good. I think I've got a majority of the guys got their names. But it's just like, once you get into like phase 3 and you're out there competing with everybody, like you get to see, so like I get to watch like the DBs, make plays. I get to watch, the linebackers, see how they cover, the wide receivers, how they run routes. That's just kind of how guys, establish themselves early. And then really I think the team comes together kind of throughout training camp is when, because that's where you
get the cohesive.
It's, that's when the pressure's on a little bit. It's all the competitive nature comes out. And when you get through that, that's kind of when the team really forms and molds together.
Well, let's give it up for George. He's going to hang it up.
I'm not leaving yet.
He's not leaving just yet, because I know some of you bid on silent auction items, but we have a live auction tonight. I'm not going to be your auctioneer, thank goodness. Lucky you guys.
You're just the team magician.
That I just do magic, that's all. Which this was the best magic trick of all time. Okay, so we are going to bring out Frank Sunseri, our auctioneer.